Hi everyone, welcome to class. I'm making this video for all of my classes. I'm making one video for all of my classes. This is just an LMS walkthrough. I set up all my classes the same. So you might be in English 111, you might be in English 112, you might be in English 231, 241, whatever. All the classes that I'm teaching, this is your LMS walkthrough. I set it up all the same. So when you first arrive and you log in to the LMS and you open our course, you're going to be brought to an announcements page within like the first couple of days. The page you land on when you first open the course will change. It'll change a couple times during the first week, and then it will change every week to the new week you're supposed to be on. So it's just the way that I like to set it up. In the announcements page, you'll be able to read any announcements that I have sent out to the class. Right now, announcements are going into a quarantine spam folder. I don't know why. I guess what I mean is my announcements also go emailed straight to your student email. But right now they're going to a spam folder. So if you ever see an email that says something like quarantine spam notifications, here's a list of them, just read through that list and see if my name is on there, and if it is, please just click and release that email. Or alternatively, if that's confusing, you can just come into the LMS. If you see that I've emailed and it's in the quarantine thing, just come into the LMS and go to announcements. Most of the time I will only send an announcement if it's something I absolutely need you to know. I don't send them all the time. I don't even send them once a week. It's just, I need you to know this. I need everybody to know this. Hey, here's the info. Now after a couple of days, I will probably, and maybe it might be day 2, I will make the landing page, syllabus, schedule, and getting started. However, you can freely navigate between all these pages yourself. You just have to click on them. In the syllabus, schedule, and getting started, you will find the syllabus. You will find a syllabus walkthrough video. So that's me kind of just explaining the most important things of the syllabus, but not everything. And then you will find, well, that's probably where you found this LMS walkthrough video. I don't know if I'll put it here in the announcements. I'm not sure yet. You'll find the course schedule that, if you're in a synchronous class, has our meeting times, and regardless of your synchronous or asynchronous status, has the due dates. Down here is just some introductory things. I don't even know if students look at this stuff, but it's got to be in here. The only thing you might care about, unless there's specific things you care about, is my little welcome video. I don't think people watch this anymore. Then you will see, and as it gets closer to, I think, the middle of week 1, I will just start instantly linking you to the mandatory course enrollment activity and course agreement. And then once everyone has completed that, I will go straight to week 1. But you have to have this done before a certain date, or else you will not be enrolled in the course. Also, you will not be able to see any of the work that you can do in this course until you complete the mandatory course enrollment activity. On this page, if you are in a purely asynchronous session or course, then you will only see the mandatory course enrollment activity. So if you see the letter O here where I'm moving my moving my cursor, right now you see M, but if you are in a class that has an O right here, you will only see the mandatory course enrollment activity. However, if you see that you have a course agreement because you are not in an asynchronous class, then you also have to do that in order to see the course assignments and things like that. So that just basically says that I understand that my synchronous sessions are recorded and posted back into the LMS, and I understand that I might be recorded, my voice, what I write, and that I'm not going to abuse having access to that recording by sharing that with someone outside of the LMS or manipulating it in any way. And if you do not agree with those things, it's okay to say no. There just might be a follow-up email from me like, okay, we gotta talk about this. I also have, just if you are in a synchronous session, a disclaimer about these sessions aren't required. So if it does bother you to be recorded, then you don't have to show up to them, because you wouldn't be negatively affected, you could watch them after the fact. I think it's going to be okay, you guys. I think. Okay, so textbook information there's a link in here too. You want to know what books you need for the course, you can go to textbook information. Now, depending on which class you are in, whether you're in English 111, English 112, or one of my literature courses, you might see other information. So 111, you might just go straight from there to week 1. 112, there's some research info. Literature courses, there's like 3 other sections of things you need to know before you even get started, because I just expect you to have that knowledge coming into the course. So depending on what section, there may be some other places for you to click below textbook and week 1. However, once you have completed the mandatory course enrollment activity, and if it applies to you, the course agreement on recordings, then you will be able to see the content in week 1. And again, regardless of the class that you are in, I structure my courses the same no matter what. So first, I might have some information at the top. It would be very short, and it would just be really important for that week only. I try to always link you back to the course schedule so you don't have to dig around and find it. And then I'm going to give you a to-do list. And so depending on what class you're in, your to-do list will either be very long or very short. Your to-do list, if you are in a synchronous session, has some sections of what you need to do before this time. Don't forget to come to the synchronous session, and what you can do anytime at your own pace this week. Let me think about this. Okay, if you are in a purely online course that does not have a synchronous component, you will only just see like a couple of things that you need to do. In the to-do list, you can navigate through, so you can click on, I would just start at the beginning. I try to make the to-do list logical in that if you just jump around wherever you want, it might be more confusing, but if you start at the top and you just work your way through the to-do list, then you're good. You can even print the book, print the to-do list, copy and paste, write it down, have a checklist. I mean, you could really treat it as an actual to-do list, so if you've done it, you check it off. But you'll just navigate through. These are the things that I want you to do before you kind of join the synchronous session, or these are the things that I want you to do the whole week. Sometimes, like right now, you see the word media. There will be a video posted there once I record it and upload it to the LMS. So once you're done with the to-do list, or as you are working on the to-do list, you will find the assignments or the places to submit items. If you're in a synchronous session where you can join that synchronous session, you will find all of that below the to-do list. The reason I do it this way is because if I put all of this content on just this page, you guys would be scrolling and for the rest of your lives. The assignments, I'm like touching my actual screen as if you can see that. The assignments will be posted down here. Sometimes it will be a discussion. Sometimes it will be a quiz. Sometimes it will be an actual, make a document, submit it here. It depends on the course you're in and the week that you're in. If you are in a synchronous session in week 1, there'll be a test space, but there will also be a meeting time. Remember, my synchronous courses, you guys only meet once a week, and it's either on a Wednesday or a Thursday. And you will just click to enter the session. When the session is open, there will be a green button that says something like join session. If you need to join the session using a guest link, you can just let me know. You know what, you can't see that because I'm in student mode, but anyway, if you really quick, what would be the benefit of joining as a guest? If you go by a name other than what is written on my roster and you only ever want others in the class to refer to you by that name, a guest link gives you the opportunity to type your name in the box instead of it just being whatever's already in the LMS gradebook. So I think that's really the best benefit. The other benefit would be if you know you're not going to be able to log into the LMS at a certain time, but maybe you'll be able to look at something on your phone or a tablet or whatever. I don't know. Maybe you just can't log into the LMS. Then you could email me for a guest link and I would send it to you. If you needed a guest link, I would need you to tell me that before the session started because I won't be looking at my email during the session. And then again, yeah, there's just whatever you have to submit or actively do that week is going to be found below the to-do list. Any kind of explanation, reading, or video, lecture content, notes, all of that stuff's going to be in the to-do list. If you're in a synchronous session, I also have another place where I will put all of the captioned recorded sessions. So my suggestion for you all, and this is going to be the last thing that I say, my suggestion for you all is if you do not need the session captioned, don't ever look for the recorded sessions in here, because you will be able to find the recorded sessions, and I can't exemplify this for you because I don't have an example, but you will be able to find it if you just go back to the session, the same place where you joined it, and scroll down a little bit, and below this line it will have a list of recordings, and you can just click on the title and you can view it. The reason I say that's the best way to come back to that content if you need it is because you will be able to see the chat, and if people are asking questions in the chat and I forget to put what the question is, then you'll be able to see the chat. So it's a much more engaging way to review the recorded session as opposed to watching the captioned one. The captioned one is only going to be like the content I am sharing. You will not see the chat. So if you don't need it captioned, just come back here. And if you need me to explain it in a way that makes more sense, just let me know that as well. Okay, so I think that that's everything. This is the LMS. Maybe the only other thing that I might say is where do you find your grades at? Honestly, I don't know. If you're a student, I really have no idea. Maybe if you're like me, there's a grade section up here from the main page, and you can look at your grades there, but actually I don't know. So you might have to Google that or ask another teacher. All right, so that's my LMS walkthrough. That is how you navigate this course. If you have questions, please let me know.